All right. So my project is about media illiteracy, and I was wondering if you guys had any problems with it, like hearing, people being like biased or like only listening to a certain type of news source, or any experiences you guys have had with it.
I feel like kind of start this out. I feel like when I log on to like most of my social media platforms, it's only advertising like one news story, and it doesn't have like an array of all different news sources. It's just usually one news source that is always being advertised and put out on that social media. So when I get on social media, and that's usually how I see most of my news, I usually only see one source because that's all that like social media is putting out there for the viewer to see.
Right.
Yeah, people talk about it all the time that like either you watch like one news station or the other, like it's pretty polarized like now, like CNN or Fox, like that pretty much that debate. But yeah, like Josh said, social media, like you'll usually only see like one usually side or like come out.
Yeah, I think confirmation bias is like a huge problem, because like if we take Google for instance, they'll tailor your search results to like what is most relevant to you. So like you can be researching an issue, but you're doing it in a way, or Google is presenting the data in a way that it just confirms your biases. Like if you type it into a completely different like browser and everything like that, nothing's used, then you'll get completely different results.
And you're also gonna only see what you want to see, like when you search it. Do you guys typically, or where do you guys find your news? I know you said social media. Where do you guys typically find your news?
Yeah, I would say social media. Like I don't really watch
media.
like the news stations, so I would just say that. Or like I have like Apple News on my phone, which is usually just like a CNN article about something that happened.
Gotcha. And then what about you?
Yeah, I'd like to say I don't really keep up with the news much.
What if like there's a certain topic that like you really want to know about, or like?
I would just Google it. Usually, like Google's like the first thing I do, and then like I said, usually comes up with news stories or like CNN or like Washington Post.
Would you?
I usually just click on the first thing that I Google. Google a story that I'm interested in or something that's going on, and the first thing that pops up is what I click on.
Yeah. If you search like the topic, would you find multiple sources so that you get a more holistic viewpoint, or would you just?
Usually it's a one and done. I read the article, maybe two max. Like if I didn't feel like the first one was even like a good summary, but usually I just want to read one summary. Which is pretty just like one opinion basically.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I think it's definitely subject dependent for me, but mainly it's usually just one and done. I just want to look at one thing, get the main basic information, and then leave.
Yeah. Do you guys think that most people know like news is politically skewed and like actually like has an agenda behind it?
I think people who are educated definitely do, but like people like college students definitely know that. I think high school students know that. Like I said, I think you just need to be educated on that.
I think that everyone knows it, but it might not always be in the forefront of everyone's mind when they're like immediately searching something to like quickly grab information about a subject. If they're just going about that quickly on a day-to-day basis, they might not think about, this subject might be skewed by this one article. They're doing it quickly. At least for me, I think that happens. But if I'm slowing down and really researching something that I mainly think about more.
I'd say most people are aware, at least in some sort of fashion, especially like older generations, because like they choose a news network to watch generally. I mean, like I don't know many older people who watch both Fox and CNN, so they kind of they support those networks because it aligns with their own values, and whether they realize it or not, that it is politicized.
Yeah, totally. All right, well, that was pretty good. You guys have anything else to add?
No.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.